Okay, so maybe you are somebody that just started guitar lessons or wants to start taking guitar lessons, or maybe you just wonder how it is when you take guitar lessons. So today I want to break down 9 things that you should know before taking guitar lessons. And I'm doing that reflecting on my experience of about 12 years of guitar teaching. Now, the first thing to know is know your reason why. It's important to know why you want to take guitar lessons, okay? Maybe you want to play with your friends, you want to play for your family, you want to learn your favorite songs. It doesn't matter, whatever is the reason, you need to know why, because it's not gonna be easy, there are no shortcuts, and it's important to know the reason why to avoid losing interest, to avoid losing motivation down the line. Second, you need a strategy, okay? It's really important to have a strategy, whether you want to go for a local teacher in person or whether you want to consider online lessons. Now, whatever you decide about your lessons, whether in person or online, it's really important to learn how to manage the online resources anyway. Maybe you are taking lessons locally, okay, in your area with your local tutor, but you know that there are so many resources available on the internet right now. Obviously, YouTube videos, you are now watching a YouTube video, so we should mention that, but online courses as well, okay, like pre-recorded lessons or the incredible amount of websites offering you guitar tabs and lyrics with the chords on top and all of that. Well, you need to learn how to manage these resources. It's amazing that we have all of these resources, but we don't have to get distracted. We still need to learn how to play guitar in the best possible way. So ideally, you can take your lessons, whether in person or online, and then on the side, you can develop another learning from other online resources that you have selected. Plus, you can always learn things on your own, even outside the lesson, learn new songs and get started by using the online resources that you find. And then possibly you can narrow down all of these resources with your personal tutor. Number 3, learn about your guitar teacher. Pretty much everybody right now has an online presence, whether that is big or small, it doesn't matter, but you can definitely learn about your guitar teacher even before your very first lesson, okay? So you can watch videos of them playing, you can possibly watch videos of them teaching something, which would be really good to understand their teaching style, whether that suits you or not. When you commit to guitar lessons, like in any other relationship, it's not just the actual subject, the guitar lessons. You also need to have a good feeling and understanding with the person that you are relying on to teach you music, to teach you guitar. And number 4, you need to know what gear is needed and what gear is not needed. It's very easy to start thinking about getting fancy guitars and pedals and amplifiers and all of that when you just start, but unless you have previous experience, you've been playing for a long time by yourself without taking lessons, what you need to take guitar lessons is literally a budget acoustic guitar or electric guitar, picks, tuner, and a free metronome app. That's it really, you don't need anything else, okay? Then down the line, you can get a fancier guitar later on, you know, maybe rewarding yourself for the progress that you made. And very likely you will actually figure out that the best investment you can make after you start taking lessons is more on something to actually record yourself, to listen back to yourself, rather than getting super expensive guitars that you still don't know how to play very well. Now, number 5 is probably the most important. I see this all the time. People don't find the time for the lesson, they cancel the lessons, they don't have the time to practice and all of that. The most important thing is make time. And you actually need to make the time in your diary. Block slots in your diary where you know that you're gonna practice guitar. Even if that is 1 hour after work every night, that's gonna really be rewarding and give you lots of progress. So block the time in your diary for the weeks ahead to practice guitar, to have your lessons, and possibly, if you have the chance, to meet with other friends who play music and play music with your friends. Number 6, I'm sorry to say that, but you will have to go over tasks that you won't necessarily like. You will have to play songs that you probably won't necessarily like. And this is because your guitar teacher knows better than you what you actually need to learn. That being said, this doesn't mean that you don't have to play what you like. As we said previously, you can always learn something on your own on the side of your guitar lessons, and when you combine the two things, the content of your guitar lessons and the things that you want to play on the side, that's gonna really pay off. Now, the number 7 is something that I learned myself when I was a late teenager, I guess, and I had a really good guitar teacher, and I was telling him, you know, how lucky I was to have him as a guitar teacher, and he replied with something that stuck in my mind till today. A good guitar teacher, even the best guitar teacher in the world, can only show you what's the route, but you actually have to go through that route yourself. So ultimately, although you follow your guitar teacher's instructions, you actually are, in a certain way, up to a certain level, a self-taught guitarist. You have to teach yourself, okay? A good guitar teacher will show you the route you have to go through, but you will have to take it. The teacher is not a magician, right? So you can't show up at the lesson and think that just because you showed up at the lesson, the progress is gonna come as magic, right? The lesson is worthless without the practice. Now, we are approaching the last 2 things to know before taking guitar lessons. And these are just suggestions. Suggestions from a guitar teacher that has seen hundreds of students in the last 12 years. Number 8 is take the lead. It doesn't matter how good your teacher is, how reliable and organized your teacher is, you still need to be in control of what you are learning. Make a map, make a list of all of the things you want to learn, and check which ones you've already worked on and which ones you still have to approach, and propose them, ask them to your teacher, ask questions. And last, number 9, timing and ear training. It doesn't matter whether you're learning songs, skills, exercises, whatever. There are 2 things that you never have to forget about: timing and ear training. Timing, because without timing, you're not going to enjoy what you play, and even if you learn a nice scale, a nice couple of chords, you won't be able to play a song, you won't be able to play with your friends, you won't be able to play along to an actual record. And ear training, because that is the most important thing that you can develop as a musician. Develop your ears. Make sure that you transcribe, make sure that you find things by ear from the very beginning, even if we are just talking about a very simple rhythm or strumming pattern, to understand by ear with your teacher while you listen to a song. It's gonna be extremely rewarding, it's gonna pay off, it's gonna be something that you will enjoy for sure when you will be able to listen to a song and figure out by yourself rhythm, chords, melodies, etc. Right guys, this was my list. Let me know in the comments if you think I missed any other thing that you should know before taking guitar lessons. Let me know what's your experience. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, if you want to support this channel, think about becoming a Patreon. You will find the link in the description below. Lots of rewards on my Patreon page. Thanks for watching and have a great day.